So, what do you do when God gives you a vision, or perhaps He's calling you to something new? Stay tuned, and I'll show you how to respond. Hi, I'm Shayna Rattler with agodshift.com, and today I want to talk to you about exactly what it is that you should do when God is calling you to something new. Perhaps He's given you a new vision for your life. Maybe He's calling you down a different career path. Perhaps He's calling you to entrepreneurship. But what we have to remember is that we serve a living God, which means He's not stagnant. And as He is moving, He is going to be directing us at all times to be moving into new levels as well. Because for many of us, we're pursuing the wrong place. That could be a physical place. Maybe you need to be living somewhere different geographically. Maybe you're in a job and you need to be in a different job. Or perhaps you're in a job and God is calling you to entrepreneurship. Perhaps you need to shift in your relationships, your mindsets, anything that you're putting energy into that is not on the path that God has planned for you. He's going to call you to something new. So here are 4 strategies that you need to be aware of when God is calling you to something new. Number 1, you must recognize the signs. There are many things that can occur in our lives to get our attention that God has a new vision for us and that He is calling us to something new. Perhaps what it is that you once were so passionate about, pursuing that thing is now feeling like a chore. Maybe your relationships and opportunities are drying up. Maybe you're just feeling burned out of control. The bottom line is that something is just off, and you don't necessarily always understand what is happening or why it's happening, but you do know that this is not a place that you want to stay in. Perhaps you're on a crossroads. Do I stay on my current path? Do I go in a new direction? Do I get a divorce? Do I get new friends? Like whatever it is, there's a lot of things that can be happening in your life. But what I need you to understand is that these things are happening in your life. All challenging situations, all unexpected circumstances happen in our lives to get our attention. It's actually inviting us to new levels and new dimensions of possibility, destiny, and expectancy. The question is how are we going to respond to this new invitation? Number 2, you have to tap into a new and higher version of yourselves. And your shifting season, when God is calling you to something new and is giving you a new vision, is going to be so much more about who you need to be than it is what it is that you are going to do. One of the questions that I hear people ask all the time is, Lord, what is it that you want me to do? I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. Everything around me is shifting, but I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do. Well, let me tell you that it's no coincidence that we're called human beings and not human doing. So when God is calling you to something new, I want you to focus more on becoming in this season than what it is that you're going to do. My definition of becoming is magnifying your strengths and shedding your weaknesses. So if you will concentrate on developing the areas of your life that are going to help you become a higher and better version of yourselves, many times you will attract the doing to you, and you put yourself in a better position for God to be willing to give you your assignment of what it is that He wants you to do. Number 3, you actually have to be new. Sometimes you need to put on something new, literally and figuratively. Sometimes you need to have things in your new environment, but you need to begin to be new. You have to talk new. You have to act new. It's no coincidence that God puts the old just far enough out of our reach that we have to let go in order to get into what it is that He has for us. And number 4, you have to surrender and lean into the newness being asked of you. Because if you're living the current phase of your life correctly, sometimes it's very difficult to let go of those things. I heard someone say one time that sometimes God is going to ask you to let go of trash And other times he's going to ask you to let go of treasures. And so sometimes you need to give yourself permission to recognize that even good seasons expire. And we have to let go of even good things so that we can get into greater things. And then let me just debunk a myth. Sometimes people will tell us that if we face a time that is challenging, that means that it's not something that we're supposed to do. Well, I believe that is one of the biggest lies that has ever been told, because what I know is that the bigger the goal, sometimes the bigger the challenges are that can come with it. And my goodness, you start doing what it is that God told you to do, and you're going to make the devil mad as hell, and he's going to fight you. So you cannot assume that the challenges that you're facing, the obstacles that you're having to overcome, is an indication that you misunderstood the newness that God was asking of you. So you have to continue to push through. And let me just say this, stop expecting to be someone who never goes through anything. So let me quickly recap. When God is calling you to something new and he's giving you a new vision, number one, you must recognize the signs. Number two, you have to tap into a higher and better version of yourself. Number three, you have to be new. And number four, you have to surrender and lean into the newness that is being asked of you. And I promise you that if you will implement these four strategies in your life, that you will have more, be more, and do more. So post below the revelations that you had during this video. Be sure to like and share and tell me what is it that you would like to hear next. So everyone, you have a great day. It's Shana Rattler. Bye-bye.